Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on my channel. I'm just gonna be explaining my experience at MEPS day 1. I'm not gonna do a whole video on what happened day 2 and day 1. Just do separate videos so I have something going on. So day 1, basically what happened is I went to my recruiter's office, chilled there till like 3, waiting for the shuttle. The ride was pretty chill. I wasn't alone on the bus, so it was just me and then 2 guys and another girl. Our bus driver was pretty chill, you know. She was playing some music, I think, and she was explaining, like, it's not that, like, she was telling me about what happens at MEPS and all that, or like she asked if it was my first day and all that. So she was giving me like a rundown what's gonna like happen, all that, and that she was gonna give me like a little tour of the place sort of thing, like guide us through the place. So that's what she did. But first she went to the hotel so she could drop off these 2 people at the hotel because they weren't gonna go through MEPS the first day like how me and this other guy did. So we went to MEPS right after we dropped them off at the hotel, and then we went through a security room where we have to kind of take out electronics and put them in a container and put them on a conveyor belt where they're going to be scanned, and then we go through a detector, and then we put our stuff back in our bags, and there is a separate room where we put our bags and phones there in. Your recruiter should be giving you like a folder, yellow folder type of thing to have your stuff in and all that. So I put my stuff in the cubbies. It's like they're basically cubbies in this other small room after you went through the security stuff, and then you stand in line. It'll show like some footprints where you should be standing at, and then you wait until the front person calls you up, and once they call you up, you show them your ID because you're gonna need to have that on you, and your social security card as well, and they're gonna tell you where you're gonna go. So this lady, she was waiting for us to like check in with the front desk, and then she showed us where the Air Force office was at, because that's where I was signing up in to join the military. So it was just like right there too. It was just like straight. So we went inside the Air Force office. They told us, well, I think we gave them the paper, the yellow folder. I honestly don't remember, to be honest. And they take that from you. They take whatever you needed. And then they gave you back another paper. I don't remember, to be honest. It's like quite a few months ago because I went to MEPS like back in March, I think. So it was a few months ago, so I don't remember the exact thing that happened. But they tell you where to go, and so the where you take your test, it's like kind of, for me, it was towards the back of the building. So we walked there, we went inside. There's 2 other guys that was in there monitoring the people that was already taking their ASVAB test on the computer. This guy went in first, and then me. They like ask you some questions and all that, like if you taken the ASVAB before, when did you take it, and all that. This tall guy, he was pretty chill, you know. I feel like they're all pretty chill. Plus, it was like towards an afternoon, so pretty sure we all had a long day. But I was in there for a good almost 2 hours on ASVAB. Obviously, if you haven't taken the PICAT, it depends on your recruiter, like if they want you to take the PICAT or not. My recruiter, he didn't like mention PICAT, so I just took the whole ASVAB. But the PICAT is completely different from the ASVAB, like the whole test scenario thing. But the PICAT you will need to retake again. So say if you took the PICAT, you get to take it at home, and you get to take your time on it. It's not timed or anything. And if you finish it and get that score, then you're gonna have to take it again, but same thing, you take your time on it. It's not timed or anything, but you have to either get the same score or like somewhere around that range of the same score you had when you first took it. If you took it and you get like a higher score or a lower score than your original, then they're gonna make you take the ASVAB. So I didn't take the PICAT, so I didn't have to worry about it, but I had to worry about the timing on the ASVAB, which sucked. But you know, it's whatever. So once it's like two separate rooms in one big area. Like there's like a small little monitoring area, and then the whole room of computers, because you take it on a computer. So this guy, another guy, he walked me to my computer, logged me in, making sure like this is me and all that. This is like the right social security. If you know it, good on you. If you don't, make sure just to pick up that social security card you have on you, because you're gonna need it on you in case if you do forget. And then once you're done, you could raise up your hand, and the guy that's monitoring you come in and then tells you how to log off and all that. So I rose my hand up, waited for the guy to get in the same room and help me log out. And then I followed him into that little small monitoring room, and that's where he gave me a piece of paper of, I guess, just the whole score, and it includes like the type of scores you get in different branches, which is, I thought, was pretty cool, because if you wanted to join another branch, it shows you what type of score you'd get in that type of branch, you know. So I didn't take a look at it until I got to the hotel, or well, on the way to the hotel. So after I was done getting my paper, I went back to the Air Force office, and I gave them the piece of paper, and they told me like, I don't know what your recruiter put on your list, so you're gonna make sure you gotta give him a call and all that. So I was like, okay, and I left the Air Force office, and I went to the front, and the front person asked if I was the last person. I was like, yep. And they were like, okay. And they opened up that little room where you put your bags in, and we got our bags up, and we followed him to another bus that was waiting for us that goes to the hotel. So we did that. We went to the hotel. It's like not that far, to be honest, like a 2-minute drive or so. And we got off the bus. Me and this guy that was also taking ASVAB with me. We're like talking a little bit, asking like where you're from and all that. And then once we got into the hotel, we didn't know where we were going, so we asked like the front person, like, where do we go? We're from MEPS, and they told us like just go to that conference room. Me and this guy were still confused, so we're just like, okay. So we were like kind of walking around a little bit because we were like lost, like, is this the right room? Because it's just like right there to your right, and but we weren't sure, so we're like, is it that room? So we went in there, and yeah, it was the right room because there was like flag of the military flags in the room. And this other guy, this guy was waiting for like to just check in, and so we checked in. He gave us our key cards, and we we just chilled. To be honest, first I was lost because once you get your key card, you're allowed to leave the hotel, but you had to come back at a certain time. And that's what the guy said, like, make sure you be at the hotel at 8, come back to the hotel at 8, and be in your bedroom by 10, be downstairs tomorrow by 4 in the morning. So I was like, okay, cool. So I wasn't sure where my room was. I wasn't sure if it was like, I'm pretty sure majority of the rooms are upstairs. I could be wrong. There's obviously another side of the hotel there's rooms at the bottom, but I was lost, so I wasn't sure if mine was at the bottom too or it was on top, but I think it was like separated. I don't know, to be honest. So I was like wandering around because I didn't know where I was going. And then my recruiter called me saying like, are you doing okay? I got your score. And I say, if you got your license, because I don't have a license, which is sad, but my job list would open up a lot, but since I don't, it's just very short. I was like, can I retake it again? And he was like, you can, but not a lot of people will get a score higher the first time or the second time. So I was like, ooh, well, I'm just gonna go through the second day, I guess. And he was like, are you sure? I was like, yep. Because I was bummed out on the score I got. So, to be honest, like, I scored on the 44, and that's a little bit below average, to be honest. Because I'd say average for the Air Force score is 50. But I scored 44, so that was pretty below average. But it was whatever at that time. I just like, as long as I got it, that's cool. So we hung up. I finally found my room, and I just chilled in there. It was upstairs. So I just like chilled in a room. I looked around and all that. I looked at the view. It was not much of a view, to be honest. Like, it was just by the freeway, so I mean, it was just whatever. But you also get a voucher, a food voucher. So whenever it comes to dinner time, the people downstairs in like this little kitchen area, you give them the food voucher. I don't remember what options they give you, but they, I know because I had chicken strips, and I'd say it was not the best. It was just straight up terrible. I literally only had a little bit of it before I just threw it away, because I was just like, this is sad. But after I got my food, I went back upstairs in my room, and then I took a shower and just laid in bed until I slept, which was pretty late, because I wasn't able to sleep, so I was just like on my phone. And then my roommate, because now you don't get your room by yourself, you get a roommate. My roommate came in and we just exchanged highs, you know, and then just like chilled in bed, you know. So that's what happened on day one. Yours could be a little bit different, obviously, from mine. If you ever go to MEPS, for whoever's watching. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, please comment down below and I'll answer them. If you guys enjoy this video or find it helpful, please leave a like. Also subscribe for more content like this, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right.